Hello, folks. Welcome to Golf Like Games. My name's Millie. I got some friends. We're going to play some Coriolis. We've been doing this for 45 sessions now. It's great. I love it. I am going to switch.
Help us.
I've got 14 darkness points.
I know, I'm disappointed at them.
Just 14.
Well,
What the hell?
isn't it?
Down
Yeah.
to 14 darkness points. That's more of a concern. That means that she spent six
in
darkness
the last
points.
session.
Yeah. I'm just going to go over here and press a button that I didn't press before we went live. And maybe Silsilla will look a little better on camera. Maybe.
Is it the pump button on the chair to make it go up?
It's the electric shock collar.
There you go.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
There you go. I can pass for human.
Humanite.
Humanite.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll take
No,
it.
that's a different
I
character.
don't-
No, not this time round.
I know.
That's a different character.
I'm not talking about Graham's character. I'm talking about
I know,
Graham.
he's talking about me, yeah. I mean, I prefer like the old terminology of meat.
No, that's Earth terminology. We don't do that.
Is
Um,
Warhammer Fantasy Coriolis.
Warhammer Fantasy Coriolis Battle RPG.
Oh, my
Anyway,
Lord.
let's find out how everybody is. Down at the bottom, looking like they're about to crack open some sort of holocron. Ben, how you doing, pal?
I'm well, thank you. Yes, jolly good.
What leads to the dark side? What leads to darkness?
There is no dark side. That's all just propaganda put about by the Jedi.
Oh, I see. You're grey Jedi. You're grey Jedi. No, seriously, friendo, how are you?
I'm well, yeah, it's all good.
Good. And how is Shanaz?
Shanaz is even better. Shanaz is amazing. Although she's kind of bricking it a little bit at the minute on Coriolis because things are not good at the Circle K.
That's a reference and a half. Bad things afoot at the Circle K. All right, so Shanaz is worried. Graham, are you worried?
I guess Graham is, because Graham can like read between the lines, but Silsilla is mostly probably bothered about the variant coming to find him, what the weird people are following him for, and also maybe a little bit about, like last time we were here, the Priors showed up with the battleship that got wrecked. Things don't seem to have gone that well on the galactical front since then, but we went to a spa, so I forgot about it.
Yeah, you went to a spa, and then you went down to a planet and got involved in shenanigans.
I mean, to be fair, that probably was relaxing. So I think he would prefer it to just a pampering.
All right, so Silsilla is not worried.
I think it's more like the back of the mind sort of thing. He's got immediate problems. We'll deal with those, and then we'll see what the next set of needs.
Fair. How are you, Pete? I hope there are no immediate problems. No?
No.
Good.
No.
I
I'm
mean,
good.
if I'd have said that in a slightly different tone, there would have been a lot of different. I hope there are no immediate problems. No, are you well, friendo?
Yes. Yeah. It's been a long 12
Road.
years.
Getting from there to here.
Yeah. I've been watching the Shuttle Pod
The
podcast
podcast
a lot,
with those
actually.
folks, yeah.
the guys from Enterprise. Yeah, it's quite
Really
good.
good podcast.
They've just had all the big stars coming on as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think, because they're all in town for Picard, so they're getting them all there. Anyway.
Pour one out for the Bald Queen.
Oh,
yeah.
yes. That was sad to
So
hear.
She was
Yeah.
A, brilliant, and B, younger than me.
Yeah.
Don't know what has happened, but I'm surmising the Borg Queen has passed away.
Yes,
Yes.
unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
But the actress who played
the
her, I'm
actress who
sure
played
there's
her.
another Bald Queen in the wings.
Jurati. Yeah, unfortunately, she passed away. She had cancer. She passed away earlier this week. So yeah, that was sad.
She was also in Voyager,
Uh-huh.
and she was the mocap artist for Tess in The Last of Us, which is a cracking TV series with different actors in now.
Yes.
But yeah, Annie Wershing. Yes, I'm good. I'm good. Whoa, whole load of stuff there.
Whole load of stuff. Happened.
And Yusuf is like, rebellion.
Viva la revolution.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's enjoying this turn of events on Coriolis.
Is this Yusuf's first time to Coriolis?
Second time.
Second time.
Yeah, we'll be here
Yeah.
at the start.
Is it Yusuf's first time to Coriolis not in a box?
Oh no, Graham's
I was
right.
here. He was here at the beginning, moving
when
around
we
a bit.
when we saw the
That-
big battleship arrive at the station, and then we got out of Dodge pretty quick.
To be fair, we tried to drive into Dodge first and realised the equivalent of us wasn't going to get us there. Not that it was bad, just we weren't going to reach the fight.
Yeah.
That is true.
I've
Very
noticed
true.
that our daughter child has provided the GM with a.
Thank you. What are the Gartopia rules on giving your parents rerolls?
Well, only if the parents, give some treats back.
I think we're going to have to allow for some kind of nepotism rule.
Yeah. Nepo rerolls.
There's enough of them out there that the goblins could revolt if we're not careful.
Yeah. Well, soon I'll have one that will be old enough to get involved. So
Excellent.
we've been painting figures together the last few days, which has been lots of fun.
Cute.
Yeah. Because we're preparing to play Dungeons and Dragons on my birthday.
Nice. Nice.
Mine is demanding Monster of the Week.
Is this painting up to like tournament standard yet?
You can't see that very well.
It's very cool though. It's very bright. I like it. All right. I'm sure somewhere on Coriolis there is somebody painting tiny figures to push around a table and complain about whether it's a military bunker or a government building, and therefore the armor is different.
It's front of base to front of base.
Okay. But yeah, I'm sure there's somebody on Coriolis doing that. Meanwhile, we all we had a day, really. It was a bit of a ringer of a day. Jezebel Nayalis met with Shanaz, then went off to the Coriolis Council. Yusuf woke up quite hungover after donating to a union.
Standard.
Everybody had brunch together where Silsila was late because he was held up going through basically Coriolis immigration style stuff over this bloody lizard, Lekma lizard. Then there was stuff on the news about how the Free League were making outrageous demands, and the stevedores and that kind of stuff was terrible. And later on, as people were pouring in from the closed system, folks stevedores who were working down in one of the lower docks, there was an explosion, an accident, or misadventure, or sabotage, or murder happened. We're not sure what.
Definitely murder.
Definitely murder. Okay. A murder-tage. What Shanaz and Silsila saw was that nothing was covered on the bulletin. Destruction on the outside of the station. This sort of stuff is a big news, but the bulletin has seemed to have been completely ignoring it.
Oh, but I was in the Red Spider headquarters and able to tell Shadi about it, wasn't I?
We met with Shadi.
So they can get out there.
Shadi El Bat.
Bataden.
And then Silsila called into Colonial Agency, thank you, Graham, to find out some stuff. Turns out our old friend Varian Sedona, Dr. Sedona, is responsible for these rigorous immigration checks and this confusion with the lizard and stuff.
It's the lizard he wants. Is that what this is?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I might have Silsilla like pretend that he's
Silsilla is kidnapping you?
Varians.
Varian is kidnapping you. Okay. So, as we're sort of, it must be like late in the evening of the day we woke up. So this is late in the evening. The stevedores across the ship, across the station, are in a mix of like, a lot of them have a lot of work to do, and it's a case of like mandatory overtime has been called in because of this influx of people from Zalos. One book done this campaign. Because of the influx of people from Zalox, there is like mandatory overtime to get folks processed, get the goods, the stock, baggage, ships in the net, that kind of thing, stuff moved to the right places. Thank you, that's the right book. And the other half of them are being sort of tasked with getting the dock under control that's exploded. Some of them are tasked, with like the drones to clean up the debris before it gets out further into the net to and start potentially harming other ships out there. Like no way anybody wants like a wave of debris hitting their ship, especially if they're close. Especially if they're close to Coriolis, it means they're probably paid a lot, because then your transit time in would be. So these are expensive ships. And so the other half of them are under pressure to get that done. All of them are cross and upset, like both from the mandatory extra work and from the potential of their friends all being injured. And then
Horribly murdered.
Yeah, and then there's a level, as the day's gone on, there's a level of like, where are the judicars? What judge has been assigned to find out who's done this? Why have the Coriolis Guard not started like questioning people? Who's requisitioned the footage, the CCTV? There's this kind of like in the WhatsApp space app group sort of stuff, the message boards and so on. There is like, has anybody been questioned yet? Who's what health and safety, that kind of stuff, the minimal health and safety there is, kind of, we're all like worthless humans, plebs and that kind of stuff is the general kind of bile that is going on. And why isn't it on the news? Like, how many people died? Do we have a proper number yet? And these kind of questions keep cropping up. Like, rumor control is not happening very well. People are getting angry. That kind of. We also have like folks who, like, Varian is coming up to see us. Like, is it our intention to like actually meet him, or are we gonna avoid him? Like, have we got bigger fish to fry? Do we want to stay on Coriolis? What are the plans? Like, Ninajak is like, all right, I think I've picked what university I want to go to. I think I think the patrons have picked. No, I think Discord has picked. Did we pick Discord? She wants to go to the Foundation College of Engineers, which is a good college.
Oh yeah, that's an overwhelming vote there, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like, most folks want Ninajak to go to the Foundation. This in turn puts a nice, interesting problem in our way. Varian Sedona is a doctor from the Foundation.
Right, he can sponsor it. Like, if I remember rightly,
let's hand him a hostage.
Wanted my blood, but he's already got it himself.
No, that was a different doctor entirely.
That
You're
was
from the same
confusing
place.
Varian with
This is the guy who stole all the fruit from. Right?
Isana Axum. This is the guy that held us polite
okay.
hostage.
After we left the sanatorium.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
was
Oh,
the
okay,
guy
yeah,
who
I'm
held
not
you
When we
at
woke up in nice beds.
in the hospital. Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
sure we're pleased to see we got better and you didn't have to pay for us.
It's true. We are completely healed.
Yes.
We don't require his assistance anymore.
Although I do.
Not that
know-
we're ungrateful.
Yeah, yeah. No, I did mistake it. I thought it was the guy who wanted to know if I was really Zenithian or not.
It's not a Cassar, it's not the guys from the party, and it's not the
Yeah, no, I know who.
not
it is
the
now.
biosculptors.
After
No.
we got like, they were the kidnap rescue
Hmm.
ran away from.
Kidnap rescuers.
Yeah.
Love
Mhm.
Rescue napped.
it. Yeah.
That's just
But yeah,
portmanteau,
he's on his way up from from Kua to see.
He's going to have a bit of a wait, isn't he?
To see. Yeah, well, yeah. Normally it would take like an hour, maybe 2 hours, depending on like your priority and your ship. Now he's probably 2 hours is the minimum, even if he's
Yeah, yep.
expedited entry.
So I have two ideas then. I suppose was it still Scylla or just ship in general?
From talking to your friend, because you really impressed them at the Colonial Agency, it seemed like there was a tag on people coming from that ship. Yeah, so we're gonna call Varian up, kind of Zoom chat with him as he flies up from Kua to Coriolis, and find out what he wants. And then, what was Shanaz gonna do? Oh, Yusuf wants to find out.
I want to
what-
ask about meme terrorists or meme creators, not data gin ones, older.
Okay. And then Yusuf wants to go off and find the children of the song. Interesting.
Going to look like a crazy layabout mystic who has been hearing the song.
Bit of a stretch. Are you sure you can manage that?
Yusuf just like shoves half his beard up one way and I'm done. I'm fine.
yeah.
Okay.
Like actually clean some of the dirt off. Right
Yeah.
now I look like a homeless person.
So are we all calling Varian together? Are we gonna sit in?
Should we do that before we split ways? Or
Yeah, I did tell. We got together for food, didn't we? So I did tell you guys.
Oh,
about
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like
yeah, let's
I'm
do
half
that.
tempted to say let Silsilla do it because Silsilla will piss him right off.
yeah. I'm like Captain Silsilla. What are you doing to my ship? If I remember rightly, the Foundation are the Pariah affiliate. I need my politics reminder. If that's okay. So I go to with like the Zenithians and the First Come and all the rest of it. I think the Foundation are not they're like second worst in my mental list of
The
factions.
Foundation aren't one of the big factions. They're one of the smaller factions.
They're one of the
They
smaller
they
factions
hegemony?
inside of the consortium.
Oh, that's
consortium.
it,
So
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
Zenithians then, and the Pariah are first come. So you're safe there.
Yeah, it was the consortium link. That makes sense with their place. With...
Sortium.
Oh,
The Colonial Agency is inside the
I
consortium
know
as well.
that. I know
Remember
that's
that?
why I don't like them. I worked for them, the dicks.
Okay.
Just
Just making sure.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't take up the consortium on their docking bay because we probably would find ourselves locked in it until Varian arrived. That's what I would have done. Yeah. So that's cool. That's cool. So I will give him a call.
Okay. So sat in.
Do you want to be in the picture or just like watching me talk and pull up helpful signs?
That one.
All right. So
Okay.
we're sat in like the cantina or the thing, the place.
Yeah, I'm gonna like put my feet.
I'm
up.
trying to put him off.
I'm gonna put like my feet up on the table, like lean back and just like put it on little stands you get in phone cases.
Like full Han Solo mode. Is that what we're going for
yeah,
here?
I was figuring out, but yeah, and I'll just casually like ring and see what happens.
Okay. We make contact. We obviously have some kind of contact for Varian Sedona. There is the chap himself. And so yeah, it takes there's obviously a couple of moments while it connects and you possibly like rotated from Kua up to the ship and then it reestablishes that there's a closer, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Stable connections kind of take a moment or two. And you get like Varian is on screen. It's like, oh, Silsilla, Zamil, Captain Zamil.
Yes,
I
Captain
trust
Smith.
you're well.
I mean, for all the things you put on to like keep tabs, I'm sure you absolutely know that we're well.
Well, a substantial portion of my budget went into refurnishing and repairing the ship. You couldn't hardly expect me to just let it loose in the horizon without checking in on it.
Good point. We've added a coffee machine, by the way, so I'll use done.
Noted. And he taps on something.
That's my
was
coffee
that-
machine. Do not put it on your account.
Was that perhaps while you were at Paladrina? You bought a coffee machine whilst you were at a spa?
I didn't know about
Bought.
buying it.
I'm certain you wouldn't be getting into illegal activities at such a high-class establishment. Or did you go down to the moon?
Oh, weird. Are you my stalker?
Well, I'm just merely inquiring as to what you might have been doing with the ship we invested.
I'm
a
going to
lot-
lean round and go, Aram's Ravine. And then like,
Oh
lean
yeah,
back.
yeah. We went to the moon.
no, at him. At
Varian.
Varian. Just like, we went to
Yeah,
Aram's
but Yusuf-
Ravine and then like lean back.
Oh, Yusuf, you're still on the crew. That's good to know.
I'm gonna say, Yusuf, you're still alive.
Yusuf, we barely spent any money on your medical care. Um,
You could have
Son
just
of a-
called, like all these weird keeping track of us and stopping us at customs. You could literally have just, sent us a message, like we are doing now with you.
How would I know if I had just sent you a message if you were truly well or perhaps under duress? Here you are calling me of your own free will.
I'm gonna start blinking loads, and then I'm gonna ask him what he wants.
I just wondered if you perhaps had reconsidered maybe doing some off the books adventures. We have some things that you might like to look into for us. Perhaps an exchange of information would be a good thing. It's very, very good for scientists. Is Jafar well?
Probably. I haven't seen him in months.
Oh, it's a shame. Such an entertaining and educated chap.
I'm going to pull up a little tabula with a picture of Mira on to show to Graham. Not Graham, Silsilla. Graham can't see it because he's not there. Centuries into the future in a
Yeah.
distant part of space.
Went after something. What's that planet? Mira. Yeah, it was Mira.
You went to Mira.
Well, that's what he said.
To Mira.
Why
Oh,
did you go
sorry,
to Mira?
yeah, I want to go and visit him. Actually, I haven't seen him in ages. Sorry.
Jafar has gone to Mira. That's curious because I had not seen his data, his personnel ID leave Coriolis for many, many days.
Yeah, he's surprisingly good at getting around unnoticed.
Are you saying he's committed some sort of identity fraud and is not travelling under his official documents?
I don't know,
Interesting, I'm
he's
sure.
been-
Like
Anyway,
he's tapping on things.
I'm just going to do this until he turns it around and goes right. But yeah, I think we would like to go to Mira as well. Can you help us with that? I'll give you a cup of coffee from them.
What is it you need from me to go to Mira? You need sponsorship?
Just look over the top of the tabula. Oh yeah, those jobs you mentioned. We can sort of pay our way if we do some of those jobs for you on the way.
Why don't we discuss this in person then? It seems like you're...
There's a riot.
Yeah, there is some stuff going on that involves burning things down because people are sad. I don't think it's a religious thing.
I'm going to lean round and look in the thing and go, 47 people were murdered in their starship earlier on today. You might want to be careful approaching the station. All hell's breaking loose.
Oh, that's a good point. That's why we called you, yeah, because it's dangerous.
And they...
I was just going to wait for you in reception holding a sign.
Varian's like, we've had no details of unrest on Coriolis from any of the
Where are you?
Foundation.
Where in orbit are you?
You see him like he reaches out. He's obviously tapping updates on the screen.
The coordinates in the Gauss cannon.
Yeah.
Sick.
On your tabula system, location lock comes up.
Yusuf, why is that big red light on your head?
Deploy chaff.
Is he on the same side as the explosion?
He is. He says he's about 37 minutes from net. The explosion wasn't on the Kuan facing side.
Okay.
It was on
Well, that means he's about 2 days and 37 minutes out.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a big bloody queue.
Yeah, I'd say I don't know why it's not on the net, but there was definitely a huge explosion, hence the massive queue and the people that are rightfully upset, and displaying that to the authorities in a way that makes some noise normally. But yeah, right. What sort of thing do you want us to do then?
He says, "Oh, we could. Does somebody want to roll a d66 and we'll use a chart that he has?"
Okay. Do one of you guys want to do it?
You do it.
All right.
Go on, Graham.
All right then.
No, Graham could do it. Yeah,
Three in his head.
you're the one doing all the talking.
That is a 65.
85.
So that's presumably like murder a government. Who knows?
Go to mirror.
That's pierced heart.
Oh no, he wants us to join a love triangle. I'm not sure I'm down for that.
He says, Mira, you're after a reason to visit.
Yes, please.
Uh,
It's lovely talking to you. I really have
He's like, it was such a wonderful time. Do you know they still haven't collected those 3D fabricators from the wards down in the hospital? Shanaz needs a new dress. She just needs to say. We can have them set off on whatever specifications she needs.
likely. No.
Yeah. He says, "Well, look, if you want if you want a legitimate reason to attend, visit Mira. I have a contact who says they've found something that would be interesting for the Foundation. Some archaeological research that these could be picked up, and it is perhaps more of your wheelhouse. Unnamed." Passage of rather than a foundation or a colonial agency consortium branded ship. I don't want to use the word smuggler, but they are perhaps more of your kind of people than ours. If you head over to Mira, make contact with them, collect the artifact, send some verification of what you've acquired to us, we can confirm it's what they say it is, transfer some burr, and then bring it home. We would include a small fee, and obviously an extended debrief would be needed.
Like, you want me to take it to Algol?
What? He genuinely looks confused.
Want me to pick it up and take it where I live? Yeah, take it home.
And
Straight face.
We're not going back there. I'll say.
Yeah,
and he's
do you know? I can take it somewhere better though, right?
could you just put Shanaz on?
I don't know where she is. She's doing stuff. Oh, I got. Whoa. There's get a bit close to the old writing here, Varian. But yeah, I'll get your thing. I'll bring it back. What, here or Kua or the hospital?
The conglomerate would be best down on Kua.
How legal is this, Varian? Like you say, you don't want us engaging in any illegal activities of our own, but are you about to send us on something
Even,
really illegal?
It's not illegal.
Is it legal?
Doesn't break any Mirren laws.
Are you dodging tax, Varian?
Look, it was just I can't even remember what word.
Resting in your account, is that what you're
Yeah, no, I was going to say something else, but no.
So you're dealing with smugglers to get dodgy relics back to. You're not one of these cult people, are you?
Oh no.
No way, man.
Unless some folks think the persistent pursuit of knowledge And science-founded knowledge is a cult in itself. But
Well,
no.
they're idiots, aren't they?
And he like
All right,
shakes his head.
transmit me the details. And yeah, like, you wanna? We can talk in space or something. You're literally going to be days getting here. Like, look at the queue in front of you.
I can see Coriolis now through the update windows.
Those are magnified.
I am aware of how cameras work. Silsilla.
I love pretending to be. It's fun.
I have some folks who could expedite our entry. Obviously, I have connections with different parts of the conglomerate. The consortium, sorry. Conglomerate is the place, consortium is the people. I have people who could expedite my entry, but you're right, there are a volume of people trying to make entry. Several rather large ships out here. It might...
Are there Steve doors on Mirror?
I don't know the political of Mira.
I mean, probably, mate. Like, there's a spaceport.
Just curious how, you know.
Let me see if I can get the atlas up. Oh, maybe. I didn't have the atlas.
I'll like Silsilla will fill in the time by telling Varian how he's now practically a Kasala for some.
No, I'm not sure you are. But okay. Where are we going? Mira.
Mm-hmm.
Mirror is a place where time has stood still since before the Portal Wars. Mighty temples, icon churches.
Yeah. No, sorry. I was just like, I found the same
The
page.
Mirror Tourist Board once provided.
We will fit right in.
There is a shipyard there where we could potentially get some upgrades for the ship if we play our cards right as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think they have a big, like, station outside of... why have I... Why? Debar is next, that's why. Back to Mira. But yeah, it's mostly like Temple City is the big thing on Mira. But yeah, so he in your answer, there will be Steve does. There's shipyards there. There is not a big like station. There's no station like Coriolis, but there's no big like transport station. There are a few of them in the horizon. Hammurabi is the one that is off the top of my head, and there is another big one. Masahia Station is another big one. Masahia Station, I think, is off towards. Let's check. No, again, off towards Otakon. Yeah, Otakon. The Masahia is off towards Otakon. In the Otakon, near the Otakon ash belt. Lots of scavenging goes on up that way. Lots of steed doors and so on.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So I will ask Varian. Yeah. So we'll set off now then, and we'll bring your stuff back this way.
He says, yes, I'll transmit contacts, some information for you to verify the artifact, and it's probably not, like, he probably doesn't give you the bear, but he gives you, like, a passcode that could activate a thing, and,
yeah, like I mean, he's not a complete idiot.
Yeah, he's not just going to hand you
Like,
several...
we have just disappeared.
Several thousand bear. But he gives you something that can give you or authenticate an agreed transaction kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. No worries.
For the smugglers.
I will, unless Yusuf wants to say anything, I'll probably end by saying, look, don't need to make customs players. Just ring this when it's not sleeping time.
And he says, noted. I will indeed endeavour to ring you when you are within range.
Yusuf, anything you want to say to the nice man?
Safe trip back to Kua.
He says indeed. And he signs off. And
We have some spending money.
Well, we have the promise of some spending money. I mean, there's every chance that
But like after, right? I'm hoping for some money now so I can give it to the Steve Doors.
Yeah, there's every chance they've just go, I took it off your hospital bill in like a petty revenge sort of way, which it's fine. We're also good.
No, that's fine, because I was just asking you to go for Mirror, because that's where Shaddy's going to get us to go for the Red Spider Network as well. And now he won't be like, oh, what were you doing on Mirror? Because he's told us to go there himself.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised by the level of tracking he'd managed to achieve. Might have to go through.
So if we can do 2 jobs in one, he'll think we've done his job. We'll be able to do Shaddy's job without him being a pain in the ass. And I get to visit the Order of the Sisters on Mirror. Maybe chat to a matriarch or 2.
Okay.
And you 2 can avoid being killed and eaten by the Ensnarer.
What's that?
It's a story that they use to frighten children of a seductive monster that preys on groups of travelers in the mountain passes.
How seductive.
Although I'm starting to see that a lot of those stories may be less fictional than we'd originally anticipated.
Okay. Use the ship in the mountain passes.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Okay then. Is there anything? I know you have to see someone, Shinaz. Yusuf, do you want to? Is there anything we're doing on Coriolis before we go? You want a hand with?
I was just going to check out this Church of the Children of the Song thing. These people who are taking them in and stuff, taking advantage of them. Really, I don't know, man. That voice I heard was kind of strange, deep inside.
Do you want some company, or you rather go yourself?
Yeah, sure, man. Bit of backup is always
Yeah.
welcome, just in case someone gets frisky.
All right then, wingman it is.
Don't forget to de-lizard and get the ship cleaned.
I do lizard every night.
I'm fairly sure that Kirsch has gone off to swap the lizard for capybaras.
Oh, thank goodness for that. They're much more manageable.
Much more tasty.
Also, yeah.
possibly, yeah.
But yeah, like before I met you guys, I came with Kirsch to get her through the security and customs and all the rest of it without any hassle.
Okay.
Oh, that must have been fun.
I mean, to be fair, they're mostly interested in like the crappy paperwork and searching me and things like that. So I guess Varian actually did her a favour in that respect.
Yeah, fair play.
Still a dick though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least we get to piss him off in multiple ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Might have to see about getting one of those fabricators on the ship, though.
Okay.
Fit one of the fabricators in the ship so you can make dresses.
I mean, he did say they're still in the hospital. We could go and get one.
Is that what you want instead of payment? You want one of the fabricators from the hospital for your ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, thinking about it, do we really want Kirsch with unrestricted access to a clothing fabricator
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I
and
think
pets?
what you should be worrying about is me and Yusuf with unrestricted access to a clothing fabricator, Shabazz.
Yes, look, this capybara has hat now. It's exactly what
I
wanted.
could just see the 2 of you walking around the ship dressed like the Mine Lord.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes.
It's fishy
Yeah.
game.
Oh yes.
Okay, let's go and get that right now.
Let's do it.
Just ringing the mine lord and hanging up just so he sees the picture.
All right.
At some point, we were going to go and find out who was giving him money to do something about it because we didn't like the slavers. So, as fun as it is winding up Varian, I think Silsila still wants to do that.
Okay, so we've just got Varian to agree to give us a smuggling job to go to Mira and totally do something legal for the Foundation for a fee.
Oh, save a copy of that message as well.
Yeah, he did that rather quickly after telling me off for illegal name use and potentially having an unregistered coffee machine.
No, I think it's
I feel
because
like the coffee machine
you
was
said you
heavy
didn't
handed.
pay for it. Is what he was like. Oh, you stole it. Like,
No, I don't pay for things.
I mean, we bartered it. In all fairness,
Mhm.
it was
Yeah,
a debt.
you did.
Yeah.
You accepted it in lieu of payment.
Indeed.
Everything
Yeah.
was completely above board in that part of
Absolutely.
the trade.
All right. I mean, for me, it still says the broadcast has ended. I'm assuming it's actually carrying on, and the chat is still.
refresh it.
Yeah, I shut it down. No, I did because
Yeah, it's all good.
No, definitely alive.
Cool.
Yep.
Yep. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, definitely alive. Yeah. So Varian has given you this fetch quest.
Cover mission.
Cover mission. And Yusuf has a flyer for the children of the song. Let me see. Where are the children of the song?
Crap Alley.
Crap Alley.
Really, it's in a music shop.
Brown 17.
Yeah. Go to the
Nice.
Zocalo.
Down below. Must admit, Coriolis is really giving me like Babylon 5 vibes this time round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Season 3.
Definitely. Right. So, most of the children of the song congregate in the cellar, which is like which is the Brown district of
Yep.
Coriolis. We have been there before, or at least the campaign has gone down there before, but I don't think any of these characters.
Wasn't there a big horrible Gribbly down there?
Yeah. There was an exorcism of the beast of the thing. And it's also where we met. We first met some Skavaran who taught us their love of capybara in the market down there. So perhaps Hirsch can help us get down into the cellar with a lizard. The prophets are called so the children of the song has a number of prophets or gurus that talk
Right.
about it. It seems to be that like there are 3 different prophets. The name. Musaa, Zahia, and Kamina are the cult leaders and prophets.
What was the third one?
Kamina.
Kamina.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm just laughing at Ben's face.
She lived.
Of course she lives. She's a prophet of the song.
The players in my Coriolis game have been quite pragmatic about her. They're like, we can't fit everyone on the boats. Let's just leave her behind.
Well.
Pragmatic.
Yep.
Ruthless.
Well. Yeah, so those are the 3 prophets. Some of them have differing approaches. Kamina seems to have the largest sort of gathering, and she is a survivor of the Ghazali, which gives more to her mythos, if you will.
Yeah.
She was saved from the Ghazali, and she made it out alive. One of very few people who did to tell the whole story. But she came back to Coriolis, and she was like homeless. She is she like the I guess the sort of pamphlet that talks about the prophet Kamina, the guru Kamina, that kind of stuff. There she is. Yeah, there she is. With a sugar globe. the stuff that talks about it talks about how she was like homeless. She was begging on Coriolis. She was telling fortunes. She could hear the song from the very bones of Coriolis, and traveled down into the cellar to be closer to it. And
sounds good.
She has a growing community of people who follow her. Musaa and Zahia have not necessarily the same but similar style stories. Like Musaa was outcast from his family for suffering with the Mystic's disease. He didn't turn to the Samaritans, but learned through his understanding of the song how to control his mystic powers. And they're not a disease, they are a blessing from the icons. Zahia is he was a businessman, and during the sort of changing of opinions, he lost, people found out he was a mystic, and he lost support for his business. He went bust. He went to the Samaritans, and it turned out that they were also not very helpful. And he says folks with the mystic disease should stop looking outside for help. We must help each other, kind of thing. Like, he's like,
ooh, I like that. Oh, I think are they in different areas, or are they all gone down? Are they all
most of them are not on like the main ring of Coriolis. Most of them are
sure, you've got to go down it,
varying levels of the cellar.
Let's go down to the cellar.
Largely because they're mystics. That they all have like this sort of, whether the prophets themselves, well, actually all three of them confess to be mystics.
Hang out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they all have this sort of what is it? Prejudice against them.
Sure.
Zahir is very much like, why would I stay where people don't want me? Kamina is like, this is the place where I can afford. And Musaa is just like, I don't want to have to forever be running away from stuff.
Sounds like we need a Mystics Guild as well, mate.
Yeah, gonna set up all the guilds.
Yeah.
Guild wars.
Just win by sheer numbers.
Yeah. So it possibly takes a couple of hours because we have to get Hirsch from the ship with a lizard onto Coriolis.
But she's already on. She came with me.
Oh, she came with you.
Because she wanted. Yeah. She was going to go by herself, so I'll have to catch up to her.
Okay. So a couple of messages. She will be like, meet me at this place. But I'm not coming out. You have to come to this. Kind of thing. And like, you're like, are you really sure that's like the bathroom of a bar? It's like, no, I'll meet you there, kind of thing. And in this bathroom, there's like an access panel. Like, she pushes, we move stuff and we end up in like, just breathe in, that kind of stuff. And we have to worm our way through some of the insides of Coriolis to force our way down. Making our way to the cellar is, in some parts of the journey, quite dangerous. Alright,
we've got used to full auto with us. Make sure you're at the front, or it's going to go badly wrong for us.
Yeah. Could get messy.
What's Yusuf's surname? I've forgotten.
Wasabi.
There are times as we're making our way through the sort of disused interior of the old ship and around, that even though there's a more direct route, Kirsch will make us wait or go around because there are what they call purge patrols. The Coriolis Guard will come down, find people who shouldn't be here, arrest them or kill them or space them. Like, these are folks who are not paying for the upkeep of Coriolis. These are people who aren't supposed to be here.
No one should be here.
Mm-hmm.
That would probably like.
They have to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they literally throw them out the airlock.
Yeah.
So,
These people aren't, like, as far as the Coriolis government and the guards, these are undocumented. So who are they going to get in trouble with if they put somebody out into space that shouldn't be there anyway? Somebody who doesn't have a...
Oh, we're not going to get in trouble for doing it, so let's just stick them in space.
Yeah. Or,
Bastards.
or the other end of it is like, give us money, pay to be here. Pay me, the Coriolis Guard, to be here. Now. Kind of thing. So there's all kinds of corruption and,
yeah.
Injustice.
Injustice,
I probably
exploitation.
thought the guard was sort of useless and harmless, but now he's just like, what a bunch of dicks.
It's not all of the Coriolis Guard that do it. Not all guards. Just some bad apples.
A few bad apples.
Yeah, just some bad apples. That do this. And they don't do it like to folks who have the right to be on Coriolis, who are paying their rent, their fees.
They don't do it to rich people.
Yeah.
Or when they'll get caught as well.
Or when there's a bulletin camera on them. But yeah, they're called purge patrols. Typically, they'll shoot anything that moves. Anything other than them shouldn't be down here.
Love
How many
it.
people are in these purge patrols?
Depends. They vary enough.
Enough that we shouldn't fuck around.
If you want to go out and find a purge patrol and we treat like and sort of take them on, that's a thing. Kirsch doesn't. She's got a lizard with her. She wants to go down and get some capybara.
She's
That's
like a
fair.
non-combatant. I'll put my pistol back in my pocket.
Yeah. But yeah, there's like and it's physical kind of.
I was looking forward to that. Let's get it going up. No.
There is like it's physical effort. This place is not necessarily designed to be an easy thoroughfare kind of thing. The lifts that would make it easier are used by the guards and that kind of stuff.
It just occurred to me that we could actually have got in the lift.
Yeah.
Well, we have a ship berth and all the rest of that stuff. So, but yeah, I don't mind coming down here, but I'd be like,
This way you don't have to do it with a skivara and a lizard.
yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm not sure Silsil will be just like, so what? I'm just going to do it anyway.
It's true. It's very Silsilla. What? It's
Yeah,
a lizard.
I don't see a problem, therefore there is not a problem. Yeah. Yeah, we'll carry on trucking through the in-between spaces of an old spaceship.
Yeah. It takes a while. When you get to a place, and it looks like it's like an entrance way. There's a set of stairs, like scaffold style stairs that go up to a set of double doors, and there's like 4 heavies sort of stood up there. And they have like this weird kind of bright orange cloth tabards. It looks like it's like, jumpsuit overall kind of stuff that's been repurposed to look like a jacket overcoat style uniform, something to identify them as part of a group of people.
Okay.
And Kirsch is like, okay, we have to make a payment to get entrance to the summer court. It's okay. I have some beer. I will go do talking and be back.
We have money.
Okay,
Yeah.
pay me back later. Let's go. And she just she goes up the stairs and up to the
Clearly
stairs.
we were at my depth when she.
Yeah.
In a mess.
And she goes up. She has these conversations. The guy points at you two, sort of thing, and you can see she's like, oh no, that's the thing. And the guy then points at the lizard she's got on a lead kind of thing. And she's like, let's trade. And he's like, okay, that kind of stuff. There is like a fist bump exchange of on a tabular kind of thing. And they sort of open the door to the summer court. Not summer court, slumber court. Sorry, my bad.
I was literally about to say, sounds delightful, but I'll take that back.
Yeah, no, slumber court. And this
Picturing,
is...
walking through that door and it being full of fey creatures.
Yeah, don't tell anybody your real name. Don't take any gifts.
You've not got any iron on you.
Yeah, make sure you're polite. Don't be rude. So you go into this through this entrance, and it is a huge spherical dome, like a couple of 100 meters tall, like like a floor or two, built inside this thing, huge sphere.
I recognise what it was. 'Cause it seems like a thing. It's just okay. No, I don't.
I mean, it could have been like a reactor room or something for the original ship that's been repurposed. It could have been, a water tank or a liquid tank or that kind of stuff. It's a huge round sphere inside the station, and in the middle, right in the middle, it looks like storage containers stacked in like some sort of tower. Some of them have got like decorations, like strip lighting on them, and you can see there are windows kind of cut out, so and fabric kind of down it. All around, like between you in this doorway and this tower in the middle, this structure is like a market, like an open stall kind of market, and then over to like the sides beyond are essentially shantytown, like lean-tos, scavenge sort of shoddily made
containers and stuff, all
that kind of stuff
cobbled together,
and all this kind of everywhere. The market down in front of you can see has got all kinds of stuff from people cooking things in like weird sort of things to small livestock areas.
Cool.
People with scavenged bits of equipment and goods, and there's all kinds of stuff walking through it. And Kirsch, wrong character. Kirsch is probably like, don't touch things you don't want. Keep an eye on your things. No hugs here. No hugs here. Okay. Count your pockets.
I know how to be here.
She nods in that kind of like, oh yeah, of course you do kind of thing. He's like, okay.
This is my level of Coriolis.
Oh, good stuff. And she points across the way, and you can see like there is a group of Skavaran around a stall. It's conveniently next to one of these livestock pens of some kind.
The capybara pen. They're all like...
And she's like, I'm going there now. You want to come, or you go and do things?
Yeah, we're going to go do things.
Okay.
So
stay safe. Yeah, you too.
Will they take money for capybara?
The guards, they take money because they go back, but not. It's more barter. Trade is good.
Will it get back to the ship? I thought you'd have eaten it by the time we get back to the ship, right?
And she puts it like her claws to her chest and like a.
I give her a wink.
You know, I would not eat capybara. That is lies. No. Just a friend. Just very nice. Capybara.
Peel him, flash fry him. You got a really good deal. You got a really good dinner going on.
She genuinely is like, no. And like leans down.
Oh no, hang on, that's aubergines, right? Yeah, sorry.
Yes, I don't like the Musaa Kula. And she takes a lizard and is like, okay, I'm going to see. You can come or not. Be safe. If you need me, I will be here.
Mm.
She's not sure she will. She goes off. She heads off, pulling the lizard. The lizard's like, "What the heck is this?" They disappear off into the crowd, leaving you in the Slumber Court Market. What do? We just gonna walk around till we find the children of the song?
I'm here with Yusuf, so
Yeah. So I got to look around, and get the feel for the kind of layout, the different groups of people, where you might have like the tucked away corners, not the dodgy gangster corners, the other dodgy corners.
Yeah.
They're good corners. They're the bad corner. Avoid
the creepy cult corner, not the scary assassin corner.
Not the corner that kind of watches over everything, but the dark, dank corner at the back where no one actually wants to go and hide out because there's a puddle.
Okay. You sort of stand there, take it in. As you're there's probably like some kid who comes up to try and sell you some sort of stew or food or something, just 80 bear. Okay, not 80 bear, 50. Not 80, not 50, 25, 5, 3 bear. That kind of stuff.
10. I'll give him 10 bear.
Good
and I'll
food.
take the
It's
stew.
good food. It's good food. That kind of thing.
Take the stew, and then when he goes off, I'll just chuck it on the floor.
Just drop it. Okay.
I have to bob off for 1 minute to check someone's sleep. So if anything happens to Drusilla, then just do whatever.
Just
Drusilla
murder
fingers
him.
You can think of.
Okay, just murder him. Sure.
He stepped in the way of automatic gunfire.
Yeah, full auto happened from one side of the thing. Yeah, so people immediately begin harassing you as you sort of take in this area. This is very much like it's obviously the bit that gets the most traffic, so it's also the bit that gets the most sort of tourists kind of thing. Or those who don't come to this part of the more civilized part of the cellar very often. You sort of look around through the shanty town. It looks like there are like open spaces, and either these are like the cantinas, cafes, tobacs, that kind of stuff in the shanty town, or like open spaces to gather and talk, and one-to-one trade away from the chaos that is the market that is full of is it full of bourgeois folk, as like these guys might think. But yeah, off and away from here there are places that you could head to.
See if there's anyone handing out flyers as well, or talking, as we're walking through, people kind of mention it, or I see anyone giving out flyers and stuff. I may not ask them about it, but I might follow them.
Okay. Yeah, make an observation roll. Let's have a roll today.
Oh, hello. Observation. What's that?
Just juggling 3 books right now. It's great.
Oh, 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. Okay. So, Graham is obviously listening wherever he is because he's put assist dice from me in chat.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to roll Cecila's dice as he's?
I'll roll a panic die from Aliens so you can see if
that's appropriate.
Okay, you assisted. Nice, good job, Cecila. So yeah, you look around, and there are folks who are like, obviously you're not like the only people who have come in. You can see there are people like here to trade and that kind of stuff. And there are folks being like, oh, come over here. Like we've got this cantina over here. We've got the best alcohol in there. We brew it really good. Come over here, try this. We've got the best this opal. We've got opal. That kind of stuff. People dragging folks left and right to their places to try and get whatever their sort of deal is. Passage off Coriolis. We can smuggle people out. We can get you out. We've got contacts. jobs up in, you know, that kind of stuff. Stevedore contacts, like all people trying to like do all these kind of things going on. And you see that there's a group of people, and they at first glance look like, what would be the way to describe them? First glance, they kind of look like folks from the Church of the Icons. Like they've got that sort of, you know, like the sort of cassock kind of robe style styling to them. But as you get kind of closer, as you sort of look through and pay attention a little bit more, you realize that there's none of the icon embroidery on them. Like if they've got these clothes, they've got them pre-dedication, if you will. Like there's none of the iconography of the church on them. And they are talking with folks, but they're not like bartering or like trading. They're genuinely kind of talking with folks, seem to be taking an interest in some people. And it's all quite casual and quite quiet sort of thing. And it stands out to you like in contrast to this kind of, you know, 20 bear, 50 bear, 100 bear for this. You want some baklava? We got best baklava. Just come down this shady corner, just into this unlit tent where my mate has the best baklava on the station. Come on, let's go. Show me your wallet. Where'd you keep your wallet? Kind of thing.
I'm going to move to where I would be. They may not be looking directly at me, but where I would be very visible. And I'm going to stare at this guy in this cassock, and I'm going to do thought transference into his mind and say, I have heard the song. And just stand there. All right.
Make your mystic talent roll.
Do the superhero landing.
Ba-da-da.
Like chip off a chip.
All
right. So,
on fire.
So does extra successes mean you can contact extra people?
It does. How many cassock people were there?
There's 3.
I can get another person, so I'll do 2 of them.
Okay. You get the
and I'll just be standing there like
the quiet in the chaos. They
a bit of constipation. Yeah.
They kind of look at you, meet eye contact, and I've just seen reluctant Artie's description of these guys. They look back at you, and I think potentially when you've done this to other people, they've gone, "Oh,
yeah."
But they don't seem to be disturbed. Like,
they're not phased.
They're not phased. And they go, "You've heard the song as well. Back in your head."
Boom.
Back in your head.
What?
And the one, the one who's doing like most of the interacting with people, he carries on interacting with people. The other dude that you contacted with your mind says, "Has your friend?" Sort of understands and is like, "Would he like to?"
I'll turn to Silsilla and say, "Do you want to hear the song?"
I like.
It's really nice. It's very comforting. But I think it's more. I think that's more of like an invite to go and hang out with them, right? Sorry, I was just talking to him in my mind.
Yeah, I think for Silsilla, it's been a bit of a shock coming down. Like, there's an actual fucking shanty town underneath, like, the middle of Coriolis, with all the nice bits and universities and the bits where you go and get coffee and baklava and things like that. There's this whole, like, why aren't these people up there? This is like Silsilla's like villain origin story, I think.
Villain origin.
Well, anti-hero, perhaps.
Anti-hero.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is the real Coriolis. Up there, that's all the shit. That's the fake.
Like I think Silsilla vaguely has been aware that there was an under part of Coriolis.
Underbelly.
Yeah, and maybe has met people who kind of traverse between the two worlds, but not actually like been through a shakedown, and then hear that the guys just randomly shoot people.
Space them.
Yeah. So yeah, I think a bit of comfort would go down quite well, actually.
Okay.
I'll gesture like, can we come over?
And yeah, he does that. He's like,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And then as you get close,
Can we make it clear that we're like armed though? Like we're coming, but don't fuck with
you
us.
do that thing where you flip
No,
your jet and like he's
Like,
showing you
show
the-
my
but
6
really
shooters.
far, 'cause it's a
a
long
bit of a Malcolm Reynolds kind of flair going
Yeah.
on.
No, I just don't. I don't want to be like.
Okay, so yeah, you sort of move in a confident and armed manner towards him, and as you get close, like the guy who's sort of chatting with the people who are moving past, and the other dude who's like, it looks like he's giving out like packages of stuff, like he's got like a napkin, he's giving out bits and pieces to people, and as they
Is it
sort
good
of,
bits and pieces or bad bits and pieces?
people look happy to take it off him.
Well, that's not the answer. That's not a good answer, is it?
very worldly inquisition there.
They're handing stuff out. They're sharing things with the people who are chatting with this front man. They sort of move aside, and our chap sort of like beckons you to follow him into like between some folks and down into the wines of the slumber court. And he looks over to make sure you're following and gestures, this kind of thing. And he's like, where did you find out about us? And he says it out loud more to like Silsilla. Than
Does he have a checklist and I have to tick the box?
Mhm.
Reference from a friend. No, I'll hold up the flyer.
Oh, wow. They're getting further and further. We didn't expect them to get that far. It's good to know you're hearing from us up there. Did you know Guru Kamina did a piece with the Red Spider Network?
Oh, really?
Yes, she was on.
We've
Like, what were you going to say? Anything? Is it?
Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say we've had some encounters with them ourselves.
They're open to the truth of things. It's very, very refreshing. Like the bulletin has painted her as a beggar and a charlatan and a thief. In many ways, she might have been these in her youth, but he has heard the song.
No one is ever just one thing, right?
No.
We all have a past.
No.
That we don't want to talk about.
Indeed. And he's obviously heard that from a lot of folks. He's like, okay, we'll shut down that line of that kind of inquiry. And he makes it more kind of conversation. He talks about the prophet Kamina. Guru Kamina is probably what he calls him more. Guru Kamina has survived disaster, and it's almost as if every turn she's been touched by the icons. She believes that this song is just a aspect of the icons resonating through people to show the truly blessed of the icons. I think this propaganda of
it's weird because when I felt it was late at night. It felt like the station was talking to me.
Yes. And he looks around and he says, we don't say it very loudly. because not everybody believes us when we and he, like, you know, you reach in a place where it's basically like an area, there's like tables and cushions and pipes and coffee and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he
Anything
says,
stronger, I'll say.
yeah, like, you know, he's probably got some booze and stuff around.
Yeah.
And he leans in and he says, we think when the messenger died, there was just their physical body, and their soul has become Coriolis, and it is their soul that inhabits the bones of the station, and that's what's calling out to us all.
I mean, there's some weird shit in the universe, right?
Yes.
I mean, we saw some weird stuff, didn't we? So on Aram's thingy, yeah, that was.
Did, and before that on the other place, the bar as well.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And on the ship as well, the other one.
Oh, yeah.
It's
been a bit of a messed up ride, really, isn't it?
So our chap here brings you some booze, brings you some, like...
I'm not getting hammered. I want to get out of here at some point.
Yeah, he brings you some booze. A pipe is brought over as well, if that kind of stuff. And he says, if you wait in a few hours, Guru Kamina is going to come and talk with the children. It would
Could we talk to her?
Yes, I would like to introduce you to her. She's always interested.
There's a lot of unrest up above. We've come down from the main areas up. Well, they don't know really the lifeblood that exists down here of the station, but up there where the rich people live, there's unrest with all of the workers, and I think there needs to be a voice of calm across the station.
And he takes this all in. He doesn't like pass comment on whether he thinks everybody upstairs should be spaced and die, or whether he should go upstairs with a med kit. Like, he just keeps quiet. He just nods. What does Silsila do?
I'm mostly here with you, so I'm just gonna like listen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious about what the guru is going to say as well, and I guess like a lot of people in the Horizon are quite religious, so the idea that the messenger is somehow the station. I mean, the station is quite large and impressive, so that would probably kind of be okay, I guess.
Yeah.
And also, I believe what you
Station.
said. Yeah.
Station.
If you haven't seen Bill,
Fucking love Station.
Yeah, they're the best part. Yeah.
But
yeah, so he would believe that, and he's just mostly being quiet. Like, I think he's not sure whether they've offered to make him a mystic or not.
I don't think they can do that.
But he doesn't know that, does he?
Like
when he said, "Do you want to hear the song?" He's half taking that literally.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe it's something in the food, but they bring you like snacks and free booze and free tobacco, and they say she will speak in a little while. Please make yourself comfortable. That kind of stuff. And leave you to get drunk. There's no Shah to play though. So it's not like being on.
I'm going to take out all the sharp bits in my pocket and see if I can constitute a game on the floor in front of us.
On the little table, like just get some.
I'm going to say to Sil, like, I don't think we should get hammered tonight.
No, we should pay them for this stuff. Like, nobody down here has any money whatsoever.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how to bring that up without being rude.
Yeah.
So
is there a donation box somewhere?
There'll probably be a cup or something that goes around later, and that kind of thing.
I haven't got my card.
So while you two
do you want a hand jet or a com thing?
While you two are sort of waiting, waiting for Guru Kamina to come and speak to the masses. What has Shanaz been doing for the?
I am trying to find out about meme combat. It doesn't have to be a spoker memer type person. I want to see what I can find on station. So if there are any kind of memeturges. I know that the old memeturges are found amongst Alarm's temple,
Yeah.
but modern day memes are conjured up by data gin types.
Hmm.
So I would like to talk to them about whoever I can find, really. I'm looking for someone who can tell me about memes and the application thereof. So I will start at the courtesan school,
Okay.
because that's about communication,
Yeah.
and then move out from there, and then probably go back there to crash in one of the dorm rooms.
Sure. So chatting around the Courtesan Academy, there's a lot of references. Oh, if only instructor so and so was still on station. She's gone back to Mira. She was really good at this kind of stuff. Or historian so and so knew all about this kind of stuff. That kind of thing. So there's a lot of like dead leads, and like they didn't write a paper. It was very protected knowledge. You know, this was an advanced class that you had to be invited to. That kind of stuff. But like, and then there's like Ozone Plaza is quite a technological place, so there'd be gins and stuff down there. Not gin, data gins, not actual gins, because that would be terrifying.
Yes, it would.
There is a gin on the station. But yeah, down in Ozone Plaza, there'll be people who can create limited memes who might have, get you to this, but it's a bit of a dangerous thing to maybe be openly sort of like, I want to make some memes because they are basically a bit of like psyops and psychological warfare kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's also like, it's a shame that the Samaritans have burnt down because they treated people who suffered through memes, like people who picked up memes through old artifacts or left and right. They were treated at the Samaritan sanatorium. So it's a shame, like they've closed down and you can't go and speak with them, that kind of stuff. What does what spin does Shanaz put on it? Is it like, I want to research an old paper, I want to do
Here it'd be revitalizing the career, getting back in the game. I've been out and about. I'd like to get a boost in popularity, that side of things. That'd be the angle she's coming at it from, doing the whole teehee, I'm Shanaz thing. Let's make a meme that's cute and funny and pops me on Space Tumblr.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When actually she wants to dig into the meat of how they're made.
The insidious side of the memes.
Yeah.
So there are potentially quite a few people who can help with the superficial side. But for Shanaz, it's like an hour or two of frustrating, vapid kind of conversation. Stuff that perhaps 7 or 8 cycles ago she would have loved. Like, oh yes, let's do that. Oh, that's amazing. And to a degree, it's
TikTok. What a great idea.
Yeah, what would it be called? Claptrap or something. I don't know. Yeah.
I love Claptrap.
Claptrap, space Claptrap. But yeah, stuff that you would have loved originally, and now it's just like, I've got to grit my teeth through this, and I could do that. That kind of stuff. They give you a couple of names of the instructors at the academy who have returned to Mira, that you could perhaps send a contact to. It'll bounce along on the trade route and eventually come back to you. Obviously, they don't know that you.
Except we're going that way, so it'll be quicker to just go there and ask.
Yeah. So they give you a couple of contacts there, and they give you perhaps a couple of like, these people studied or dropped out of the classes, or I know this Jin once tried to hack the server here, so they'll have a good understanding. Not obviously
anyone that tried to hack the temple.
Yeah.
I would definitely want to talk to them, and I think maybe have a look around some of the professors' offices, see if there's any books or anything, papers that they might have left behind that could be useful. Even the library. Is there an old book on memeturgy?
Probably is. But it's more like a Horizon Portal War style warning level. Like it goes more into like how to spot somebody that's potentially carrying a meme, and what would they do if it buried too deep into their psyche, like how some memes can be subliminally activated, basically Cylon Boomer style things.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know you were carrying the meme until it was triggered, kind of thing. So you could probably pick up a couple of books and a couple of papers on that. Some written by the sanatorium, some sort of papers like that on the sanatorium, and some also were written by Alarm's Temple, kind of thing. But nothing like reading between the lines, which is easy for Shanaz given her like training and her heritage and that kind of stuff. There is a explicitly dancing around the questions to guard a knowledge that they have. Like Alarm's Temple, we know make and are very good at making like meme warfare. It's a thing that they are rumored to have, in the same way that the Black Lotuses are rumored to be the assassins of the temple.
So syncretizing those three different accesses, coming at it from the digital data gin angle, the treatment of people who have suffered from it, and the old stories about how they were made in the olden days. I want to start building a profile on how to do it so that I'm too dangerous to not train when we get to Mira.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna do like an extended reading and that kind of stuff and all those things.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. So you over a glass of wine begin collating these kind of things and putting stuff together, and
yeah, I think Shanaz is actually going to write a research paper.
Ooh.
She hasn't done that in a while.
Ooh.
Do some homework.
So you begin compiling this, referencing different sorts of referencing the instructors, doing some research, like who trained this instructor, what did this instructor learn from, where did they originally study, who were their that kind of stuff, the heritage of those folks, and did this person do something in the Portal Wars, or were they related to that, what did they where did this person come from? Sorry, do we need to make a roll for a research montage?
Up to you. You're the boss.
Do it.
Apparently,
Action shots of like punching numbers and
like
flicking through data.
Start with the
Yeah.
virtual thing, still using a piece of paper, screwing it up and throwing it in the bin.
It's going to be a right mess as well, because it's meme studies. It's going to be, really annoying adverts on TV and fashion spreads open on one table with these ancient crumbly texts like the Book of Narn open on another table.
the Book of Narn.
Flashing computer code going up and down your face while you're flicking backwards and forwards between the two.
Does Shanaz have any points in science or technology?
You need some string as well, right?
So
You've got to have
much
some
as
string.
a bean, because I'm coming at it from a culture perspective.
Okay. All right. Let's make this culture with wits instead of empathy. Let's make this culture with wits. Let's do it that.
Culture with wits. 2 successes.
Okay. So yeah.
Because
Okay.
it is still 6 dice.
Nice. So yeah, okay. So there is this wonderful, like, and I imagine there's a couple of costume changes. There is like the humble research student humble Shanaz trying to reinvent her career, talking with people in Alarm's Temple and in the Courtesan Academy and that kind of stuff. And then there is like business Shanaz talking with people and stuff in the Ozone Plaza and making notes and that kind of stuff. And then there is like
high fashion Shanaz talking to the editors of magazines about what makes perfect covers and
yeah, that kind of stuff. And then perhaps like relaxed Shanaz or student Shanaz with like tabulas all over a table and like, you know, pencil holding or stylus holding her hair out over there kind of stuff, and you know, glasses on. She doesn't need to wear glasses because, you know, she's biosculpted to heck.
no, but you've got to wear it for the montage.
But yeah, she's wearing glasses and that kind of stuff. And you compile. So the idea is to compile a research paper or a proposition of enough depth and detail that that some of these researchers, some of these teachers will be like, okay, we need to intercept this and find out which way it's going to go. Is this
kind of how I've been playing with the alarms so far?
The black
skirting
letters.
that. Do we kill you or do we train you?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Tightrope.
And where do we submit it somewhere, or do we leave it on like an alarm server or something, or do we like ask?
I think I might just keep hold of it because I want to be able to submit it to the temple in Mira when we get there.
Okay. I was like wondering whether we like sort of, did you just have a quick look over this? I'm going to Mira, kind of.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Did you just like
yes.
subtly?
Is there anyone around though?
Seed the way.
There isn't anyone here to leave it with, is there?
No, there will be folks who have like the people who gave you, oh, you should talk to instructor so and so. There would be those people you could like be like, would this excite the instructor, or is this not their field? You know, that kind of stuff. Wonder if you could look over this, and if I'd probably get an audience to talk about.
Some of the ex-students or the students who were partway through that various meme culture courses would be definitely ones to speak to and say, oh, have a look over this. See if we can get the idea out.
Because Shanaz would know there would be people there that aren't truly students. There would be spies, like fully trained.
Yeah, to keep an eye on things.
Fully trained courtesans, possibly from the Black Lotus, watching over the folks that they are training. In the same way, they would go, oh, they would be very good in our secret society. In the secret society, let's test them. So maybe share it out among. Okay. So
yeah.
Wonderful research montage, speculative kind of things, and you're not sure who. This is the limit. 2 successes, a limited success. Not sure who, but there's definitely like, on Google Docs where like the anonymous badger comes back to read it over again, kind of thing. Like watching who accesses it. There's definitely like 2 or 3 people who are accessing it to check, sharing it with somebody, and coming like somebody's talking about your proposal, your research. You've caught somebody's eye. Hopefully when you get to Mira, you will not get murdered. So an evening of research. Shadi she doesn't summon you to the auction house, but she does sort of set up like a call. She's like, oh, are you studying? Always ready to reinvent yourself?
Just a little light reading.
Do you know, if you ever wanted to be a presenter, we could set up a show on the network. Obviously, it would probably then prevent you going to a lot of places. As Shanaz, they would then realize you are a reporter, which sometimes shuts down doors. But, once, and she gestures vaguely, once this is all over, if you wanted to be a reporter for the network, I could arrange a conversation with Tanya.
I will do what I can to get you some good stories.
We don't know what the goal is, but we have detected a number of folks racing towards Mira. In the past in the past 2 days, there's been an uptick in who we think are some Cult of the Beast is a name that we've sort of uncovered. Not entirely sure what beast.
Not a good one. The less you know.
But
I can't prove anything yet.
There's those folks, and also a number of folks from Debaran who are heading towards Mira to try and make a rendezvous in the Icon City. We think there's been some sort of artifact uncovered. If you could head out that way and possibly put your nose in, find out what the artifact would be, we would, again, standard kind of covers.
I've already arranged a cover job for our ship to undertake.
She sort of goes, no, standard cover fees. We'll pay for your upkeep of your vehicle.
I understood that was what you meant. I'm just letting you know that we already have a reason to be going that way without it looking suspicious. So we have every reason to be on Mira at the right time.
Oh, good. Yes, but that was the only thing that I could lead up that would head out that way. If you did,
that's fine.
If you did perhaps wanted to look into this communications buoy that we think the original message from the pariah ships upon entry into Coriolis space, that would be something we are very interested in. Obviously, we
don't have a data gin on the crew.
Like, she's like, you don't have to decipher.
I can do that.
You don't have to decipher, but just picking up the message buffer would be a boon. We have folks who, if you,
that we can probably do.
That would be very interesting to find out what the original message from the pariah ships were, because the one that is broadcast on the bulletin is not what some of our sources say they said.
And where will we get our hands on that?
Well, I'm sure your boys are very resourceful.
They are, but they're more resourceful when you point them in the right direction.
She sends you some information. There is a communications relay that she...
Oh, of course, it'd be at the portal station, wouldn't it?
Yeah, what she's saying. Just, get away in there and get the comms buffer and get out.
That easy.
Well,
while we're gone, it would be good if you could do a little bit of research into the Children of the Song.
Oh, that cult in the cellar.
Yeah, I think there's more going on there than meets the eye. And also the stevedores and their troubles. They could do with a sympathetic portrayal.
Well,
the bulletin's doing their best to make them seem ungrateful.
The problem is none of our news will get onto the station.
Doesn't have to. Bounce it off the station, get it to Kua, get it to Algol.
These night hands.
Send it down, not up.
These night hands that Nealis is investing in, or that are investing in the Free League. Okay, we will. And she's like, we'll make a note. I will forward these on.
Just saying, you might be able to find something there that will raise interest and put a few burr in your pocket, because not everybody wants to hear about how wonderful everything is all of the time. There are some people that want to know that they're not alone in their misery.
Misery loves company. She sends you a little bit more information about the possible, like, the rumors that she's picked up about these people racing to Mira. A little data packet about that. A bigger data packet about the comms relay, and like, this is what she wants. She's more interested in that, wishes you well, ends the call, kind of thing, due to your research, and as you sort of up here. As you sort of close down the video call, flip, flip, flip. Need to do this. Read
That's
a,
never a good sign.
read a
Set that
bulletin.
as
Uh-oh.
And the darkness points.
So as you close down Shaddy's comm call, in the background on mute is like the bulletin, as always, kind of thing, and you see on the auto subtitles kind of popping up. And it isn't just here in the port of Coriolis that deckhands and engineers have left their stations. Steve Akbar is loyal to the League, and the recently disposed council member Jezebel Nialis have suspended all work until Nialis' sentencing. Judge Nigella Kurahandolfasra has stated that the investigation will take time as the adjudicators have years of corruption to unravel. His Excellency, Baron Kassar's statement regarding the possible expulsion of the Seller and Nialis families from for their blatant anti-Zenethianism has increased tensions in the port even further. Free trade, the very lifeblood of the horizon, hangs in the balance. If it fails, we all fail. Never before have the actions of a single faction threatened to destroy the fruits of everybody else's joint effort to build a better horizon. That click on the
Fuck off.
You want to know more? There's like, or rewind this bulletin kind of thing. They are accusing the Free League of blowing up the dock to garner more support for the poor stevedores. The stevedores are obviously having none of it. Stevedores across the station have gone on strike. The strike is spreading across the horizon. And Kassar, who is the man who inducted Silsila into the Zenithian family, has expelled Nialis and another Free League member family from the Zenithian hegemony.
Oh, someone picking not as in it. Well,
He has now.
What is going on?
Yeah, there's politics.
It's all kicking off on all fronts.
Yeah, there is a.
I better tell the boys, because in case they don't see the TV down in Cult Land.
No, they're not. There's no idea. Use of stream of a strike has begun.
We don't need the message from the man pumped into our eyeballs. We got truth down here.
So with the strike about to begin, people blaming things left and right. Jezebel Nialis locked up, charged, and Judge Dolfasra researching, investigating even the corruption that she and the Free League brought to the station. We will end this session. That's it. No,
That's not Naheen Dalfasra, is it?
yeah, is it the same Judge Dolfasra as previously?
No, Dalfasra is a title.
Yeah, Kurahan.
Oh,
Kurahan
thank God for
Dolfasra.
that. Phew, it's not my mate.
It's the judge
Yeah,
from the
I thought it was,
first book.
Oh.
What, sorry?
Nigella Kurahan Dolfasra.
Oh, it is the same one.
It's the judge from the first book.
Dun, dun,
The
dun.
one who hired
Oh.
folks to go and find who killed the emissary. But yeah, politics, links. We've got Kamina, who some folks might know where she's from. We've got Kurahan Dolfasra from the first book. Shenanigans. We're going to Mira, which is the home of the Seekers and the Alarms Temple. Something about a cult of the beast. All kinds of weirdness.
That sounds a lot worse than the previous.
Cult of the beast.
No, the beast is the flip side of the dancer. It's the same cult.
Oh,
Mm.
And
The wild dance, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
the
Feral one.
uncontrollable, chaotic part of it.
yeah.
we should pick up our Dragonite buddy on the way.
No, he's not going to leave his widow, his salty widow.
Also, I'm not taking a Dragonite to Mira to talk to Alarm's Temple. I'm in enough trouble as it is. I
Imagine
mean,
that.
technically, I may have just committed a minor act of meme-based terrorism.
Wouldn't be the first time though, right?
Yeah, fair.
All right. Okay. That's it.
That's it. I've had enough.
That's it. Time to stop. Because I feel like we could plot and go on for ages, but also it's gone 11.
Coriolis is going to the dogs, eh?
Yeah. The horizon is
So now we've got to decide whether we break what's her name out of prison first and take her with us.
you're gonna try and break.
I had the same.
I mean,
thought.
it's an option. I'm just saying it's on the table. We don't have to pick it up.
Okay. I'll just research that part of Coriolis as well.
Jailbreak.
Coriolis jailbreak.
I'm gonna have to ring up like Granddaddy Kassar and renounce my ism.
Interesting.
Damn straight.
Interesting.
You have to catch you first.
Yeah. All right. It is Tuesday. We've just played Coriolis. We can go and make plotting strangeness. It's Jurassic Park. Is that what we're playing tomorrow on Garblag?
I don't know.
You know,
You wish.
life finds a way. All right, but no, we've just played Coriolis. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and we are going to play some Traveller, some Pirates of Drinax.
We're not,
Oh,
unfortunately,
we're not.
because Jim is unavailable.
Oh,
So kind of linchpin to the whole thing.
do you need a GM?
So like life has interfered, so we won't be doing Traveller tomorrow
It's a
night.
cat.
Yep, tiny cat friend.
Cat friend.
What's the matter, tiny cat friend?
Well, I guess if we're not going to play Traveller, you have time to catch up on the previous episodes of Traveller, all over on YouTube's. And if you do, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment.
Hey, let's play Coriolis again tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
I was literally thinking the same thing.
I'm afraid I can't. We've got a Tiamat to kill.
Oh,
Arkan the Cruel has just fled a battle. I don't think any of the players are watching, so it's safe to say he's going to come back on a dragon.
okay.
Well, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
You'd be
why
mad
not?
not to.
I mean, Tiamat's got 5 consorts hidden down there in the Caves of Greed, just lazing about. You
Not just any dragon though.
Yeah. So they're gonna no, so I can't play Coriolis tomorrow. I have to go and play Dungeons and Dragons. Oh no.
Oh.
Level 20, y'all. Chaos. So take some time, watch us on YouTube, and while you're there, tell a friend, share it with someone, or if you listen to the podcast while you're there, leave a review. That helps. Thursday, we're going to space.
Fractured Empire.
We're going to pod race.
Well, you're going to go and try and rescue Clem Lacuva because she seems to be in trouble.
I don't know that. I'm
And
just stood outside.
There's
arguing
New
with her.
Republic agents that you're talking to, and it's a big mess between the Authority, Empire, the New Republic, the Rebels. What's going on? There's a big pod race tonight, and everyone's going crazy in town. So who knows what might happen?
Who knows? Yeah, I'm having so
Betty
much
Jar
fun.
Jar gets his tongue numbed.
Look, these are my
I beg your
notes.
pardon.
These are my
Tongue numb.
Star Wars
With a
notes.
nuclear missile, yeah.
Yeah.
Star Wars notes.
We had a lot of fun in the last session. It was good. There was like intrigue and like Millie's character like distracting people and doing cool bits there. It's
Stealing
good.
money.
It's a good team. I think it's working well together.
It's a good team. I like it. I'm having fun.
Mm,
I'm having fun.
mm.
So that's tomorrow.
We do
European
need
time.
one more player though, Graham.
I would genuinely jump at it, but I have been running Curse of Strahd for a while.
I'd just like to wind you up
It's
about
okay. I'd love to play Star Wars. Yeah, obviously, child of the right age to have lived it. So yeah, it does sound like fun.
It is very good fun.
I'm having fun in my Curse of Strahd game. Don't get me wrong. So,
Yeah.
looking forward to the surprise I've got for my players.
Excellent.
They've convinced themselves of a thing is not really what they think. Forward to watching.
Our players often do that, don't they? They're like, it's gonna
They
be
do.
this. Yeah.
They do.
That's European time, and North American time.
Atlantis.
Atlantis Shadows. I think I said Search for Atlantis last time. It's not. It's Shadows
Shadows of Atlantis.
Atlantis.
Shadows of Atlantis, yeah.
Yeah.
Shadows in Atlantis, around Atlantis.
In, of, at, around.
But they're
One of
Achtung
those.
Cthulhuing.
Indeed.
Which is I'm surprised at how much folks get really excited by. Until Matt was playing it, I was a bit like, what? Like, oh, okay, that's fun. It's good.
Yeah.
Weird Cthulhu things and
Pulpy.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
And that's on at North American time. And then we have a rest to upload everything to YouTube.
Indeed.
And stuff. If you want to kind of join in and chat about Horizon falling down around our ears, Achtung Cthulhu, Dodeca, some cool stuff that's happening with Dodeca in the background.
Oh yeah.
Come join the Discord. There's a bunch of us there. You can join our we were a village or something. I remember us working out with people working out a while ago. There's a village worth of people on our server now, which is excellent.
Yep.
And if you are interested,
We've long since surpassed the mere hamlet.
If you're interested in mematurgy, there is the GIF war, and a dark queen of memes that reigns over it. I jump into the GIF war now and again. I'm immediately lost. I run away.
It's like a game of Mornington Crescent. It's like there's like really tenuous links between each GIF. You've got to figure out the
story that goes
the
down.
train of thought and then carry it on.
Yeah. But that's all over on the Discord. If you are having lots of fun and you are in the position to maybe chuck $1 our way, there's a Patreon. If you just want to go over and see the Patreon, there's a load of free stuff on there anyway. If you do become a patron, there's loads of Gartopias on there, and you can find out all about World Mountain and
there'll be more coming with maps and dungeons soon.
Ooh,
just finished the first month of Dungeon 23.
Nice.
I've got 3 really nice maps that I think might be the next 2 issues of Gartopia.
Been very impressed by the maps in Dungeon 23. They're really cool. There is the ship. This ship that we're about to get on in Coriolis is up on the Patreon. You can go and find that. And if you missed anything, because tonight we were a little bit choppy, at the weekend, head over to YouTube and you'll be able to rewatch and enjoy the whole show in one go. Because once we stop streaming, I'm going to go over and collect all the bits.
You're editing this one.
And all the bits together. But thank you very much for sticking around with us while we do that. I feel like there's been a lot of politics has been dropped upon people in these past couple of episodes, but it's worth it. I promise.
I'm loving it actually, because I as a player and a character, I didn't know much about the world, and I feel like I'm getting really like stuck into it now, and I've been going through the book and looking at the different factions and like ooh, but I'm still trying to play Yusuf as like, I don't really know a lot. I'm just trying to find out some stuff, and these people need help. So it's really cool. I'm really enjoying it.
Good. But yeah, it's been a blast, folks. Don't
forget, vote Shanaz, president of the Third Horizon.
Oh, that's book 3, I think.
Fourth Horizon.
No, that's where the nomads are going.
No, you can go there. That's not my jam. I'm not going to spend all that time having to civilize somewhere else. I've got a place that's already civilized.
Is it though? Is it?
Well,
soon.
Who civilized?
Firm hand on the tiller, it'll be fine.
Tenuous web of civilization.
Tenuous web of civilization. I don't know where to go from that. I'll just say goodbye. Say bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.